Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. The negotiations between the government and Hovensa continue after several meetings and clarifications. It seems as if a modified agreement that all parties agree to is making some headway. News 2's April Knight is standing by with updates.
Thank you, Sandy. The Hovensa agreement has been going back and forth between Government House and the legislature, and senators insist that before they sign off on anything, certain concerns be addressed first. These concerns include either the government or Hovensa retaining legal rights if the refinery does not sell, Hovensa paying real property taxes that were deferred, and ensuring that fuel is available to the community throughout the whole negotiation process. In a resubmitted Hovensa agreement, the governor is optimistic that a deal is in sight.
The agreement that we have addresses the concerns of the senators. Hovensa clearly feels comfortable. The owners of Hovensa feels comfortable. And I think it removes a lot of the anxieties that our community has had with respect to the provision of fuel, but just the facility itself. And what this approval will do, and I hope the senators will approve it on the 23rd, is it allows us to enter into a sales process to get the facility sold. And this approval, the ability of Hovensa now to get an investment banker on board and for them to diligently and aggressively push it, I think we'll see a change, and I think that's extremely important.
One of the concerns raised by senators is health insurance for Hovensa employees, including temporary staff. And although it's not common practice to provide insurance to temporary employees, Governor DeYoung said that Hovensa is willing to pony up the costs.
For any of the work that continues after this Fourth Amendment, they're willing to provide health insurance, which I brought it up as a result of a request of the senators, discussed it with Hovensa, and Hovensa was willing to do it, and the cost of it is over $1 million a year in addition. So that's not usually done with what's termed temporary employees, but these are employees that have been there for a while.
Like a game of chess, it's now the legislature's move. We'll see what that move is on the 23rd when members of the Senate are set to review the governor's latest proposal. And that's the latest update on Hovensa negotiations. Sandy, back to you.
Thanks for that, April. Well, the governor's latest Hovensa agreement proposal was sent to Senate President Malone on October 17th. The Senate is scheduled to review that proposal and possibly move it forward on the 23rd. The Virgin Islands Generation Network would like the public to be aware that network construction will commence for the week of October 21st on St. Thomas. Intermittent road excavation will continue along West End and Crown Mountain Road. Road repair will continue from Fatima Airport Road to Black Point Hill. A manhole installation will occur in Friedenhoy and along Smith Bay Road. On St. Croix, manholes and pole points will be installed along Centerline Road from Estate Lorraine intersection through Salt River to Estate Princess. Aerial fiber installations will continue along Southgate to Christiansted Town. In Christiansted Town, underground fiber placement will occur along Queen Cross Street from Company Street to King Street. Motorists are asked to follow traffic directions for the safety of crews, pedestrians, and other drivers. Delegate to Congress Donna Christensen today expressed condolences to the family of Sergeant Lyle Dervin Turnbull, 31 years of age, of St. Thomas, who died Friday in Camp Arifjan, Kuwait, in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Condolences especially to his wife Nestlian and children, his parents Delita Farrington Francis and Randolph Turnbull, and his friends and fellow soldiers. She says at this time of sorrow, our young men and women voluntarily put themselves in harm's way in service to our country, and we consider them to be our greatest heroes. According to the U.S. Department of Defense, Sergeant Turnbull died from a medical emergency, and his death is under investigation. He was assigned to the 67th Expeditionary Signal Battalion, 11th Signal Brigade, Fort Hood, Texas. Sergeant Turnbull was a 2000 graduate of Charlotte Amalie High School. We'll take a look at this wanted poster. Police on St. Croix are looking for 21-year-old Larry Williams Jr. He is wanted in connection with a first-degree robbery. Williams was born on St. Croix. He's 5'11" and weighs 195 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. Police say Larry Williams frequents the Williams Delight housing community. If you see Larry Williams or know where he is, please contact the Criminal Investigation Bureau. The numbers are 712-6037, 712-6077, 911 or call Crime Stoppers USVI at 1-800-222-TIPS. Well, vandals have struck again. Innovative telephone customers are experiencing an outage due to copper wire theft to the company's outside plant facilities on the island of St. Croix. Over 180 residents of Estate Concordia, Salt River Marina, and Gentle Winds condos have been affected by this incident. Innovative customers in the mentioned areas have been victims to copper wire theft as recently as August 2013. Innovative technical crews are on site repairing the damage, and they will continue to work until the Innovative telephone service is fully restored to working order. Innovative has enlisted the aid of both the local and federal authorities in apprehending these perpetrators. Innovative officials are encouraging anyone with information concerning the theft to contact the local authorities. Representatives of the executive legislative branches of government attended a conference in Washington last week, which was aimed at ensuring healthy families in an environment of shrinking budgets and decreasing manpower. NEWS2's Shanika Robinson has more.
A multidisciplinary team from the Virgin Islands attended a meeting in Washington, D.C., which focused on identifying state health priorities towards ensuring healthy families.
The conference provides an opportunity for us to foster better communication relative to health priorities and ways to allocate limited health dollars more effectively. But I think what's most important about the conference is that we had the opportunity to jointly identify next steps that we can implement to improve the healthcare services in the Virgin Islands.
The Virgin Islands representatives met with the aid primarily of the NGA and NCSL to develop a three-goal strategy. Their goal is to achieve measurable improvements in health and wellness through enhanced access and quality of services, provide health coverage and options for the uninsured, underinsured, and undocumented residents, and increase care options for targeted populations, including elderly and persons with disabilities.
One of the key areas that we're focusing on a lot is federal dollars and trying to achieve parity for the residents of the Virgin Islands.
Also in attendance were Senators Kenneth Gittins and Tregonza Roach, Dr. Arlene Smith-Lockridge, and John McDonald. 7 states participated, including Arkansas, District of Columbia, Maryland, New York, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and West Virginia.
4 states, 1 district, 1 Commonwealth, and 1 territory. And so it provides a unique opportunity for us to look at commonalities or similarities in the way in which we develop or a plan or approach ways to use our limited dollars.
Shaniqua Robinson, NEWS2.
The Virgin Islands team has voted Tasha Phillips Dorset as state team leader responsible for communicating with the national agency partners. You can share your ideas with her by calling 693-4313. Well, President Obama admits problems with the rollout of his Affordable Care Act and says everything is being done to make sure Americans can sign up for health care. But some experts believe it could be a while before those problems are fixed. Tara Mergener is at the White House.
President Obama walked into the Rose Garden with Janice Baker, who says she's the first woman from Delaware to enroll in the new healthcare marketplace.
Like many consumers out there, it took me a number of frustrating attempts before I could apply for and select my plan.
Problems continue to plague healthcare.gov. Some 19 million people have visited since October 1st, but only 500,000 have successfully applied. And the White House won't say how many people have actually been able to select a health insurance plan.
Nobody's madder than me about the fact that the website isn't working as well as it should, which means it's going to get fixed.
The president says IT experts are now working on repairs, but he's not giving a target date for when the site will be fully up to speed.
Software expert Bill Curtis says there are problems throughout the site, and it could take weeks or even months to fix.
This is a system that was rushed out much too quickly, and they didn't have a chance to thoroughly test the system and find all the problems before it went into operation.
One change already in the works: users will be able to view plans without first having to fill out applications with huge amounts of personal information. Tara Mergener for CBS News, the White House.
And keeping our eye on the economy, McDonald's is hoping you'll be loving some new menu options. The world's largest burger chain announced it will add higher priced items to its dollar menu, renaming it Dollar Menu and More. Selections include $2 burgers and $5 20-piece chicken nuggets. The changes come as the chain announced its third quarter profit rose 5%. Investors are looking ahead to tomorrow when they get a report about unemployment that's 2.5 weeks late. The September jobs report was delayed because of the government shutdown. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. The Dow down 7, NASDAQ and S&P up, NASDAQ 5. Coming up on News 2, who is the cutest? Best kisser wore the funniest costume and had a howling good time? All the pets, pet owners, and supporters who attended this year's Barktoberfest. We'll have those highlights coming up next. Well, public schools were all closed today, Monday, in the St. Thomas, St. John district to allow administrators, teachers, and other VI Department of Education staff to attend the 35th Annual American Federation of Teachers Teach Conference. Schools will be back in session on Tuesday. Meanwhile, new wheels are ready to roll out. Public Works Commissioner Darryl Smalls and members of the Vitrans staff met recently with representatives of National Bus Leasing, Inc. to review the acquisition of 10 medium heavy-duty buses by the Department of Public Works. The buses were recently purchased with highway funding. Smalls said DPW is also purchasing 12 medium-duty from Atlantic Bus Sales. Governor John DeYoung traveled to the French Caribbean island of Martinique to deliver the keynote address to the annual Caribbean Tourism Organization State of the Industry Conference and advocate for socio-economic development by leveraging the power of tourism and its intersectoral linkages. DeYoung spoke on the conference's overachieving theme, perfecting the experience, delivering authenticity. He will share insights on how governments and the private sector can collaborate. And he was in Martinique to address the State of the Industry Conference organized by the Caribbean.
The whole point here is to show the importance of the tourism product within the region, but also at the same time to look at the product as one where there are similarities and the chance to market the Caribbean as a brand. And that brand requires that we have certain standards, we have competitiveness, that we have a product that people find attractive once they come to the region, irrespective of whether they come to the U.S. Virgin Islands or they go to Antigua and Anguilla or they go to Bermuda, Caymans, or down to Trinidad and St. Lucia.
VI Tourism Commissioner Beverly Nicholson-Doty also made some remarks at the Caribbean Tourism Organization. Nicholson-Doty is the chairwoman of the organization.
Brand USA is leaps ahead of us, promoting a concept that we initiated here in the Caribbean. Yes, they implemented a concept we have been discussing for more than 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, we know this concept works. Brand USA has the data that shows the increased travel to the U.S. since the program's implementation. And we have the proof that when we've implemented a cohesive marketing program, our visitor arrivals have increased.
Governor John DeYoung announced that the U.S. Virgin Islands will be hosting the 2014 State of the Industry Conference. The University of the Virgin Islands has appointed Dr. Nicole Gibbs to the post of Vice Provost for Access and Enrollment Services. Dr. Gibbs will oversee the administration of the offices of the Registrar, Administrations, Financial Aid, and Recruitment. She will work with other university committees to promote the recruitment and retention of students and to develop strategies for university-wide involvement in recruitment and retention initiatives. She began in October. UVI's president, Dr. David Hall, says Dr. Gibbs brings a wealth of experience to the university. She comes to UVI from Broward College in Florida, where she served as Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Broward has 67,000 students on 3 campuses. Her primary goal is to improve customer service, access, and enrollment services. Well, funniest costume, best pet owner costume combo, and best kisser. These were the contests held at the 2013 Barktoberfest. The Humane Society campus was overrun by 300 pet owners and pets dressed in imaginative variety of costumes, all in the spirit of fundraising for the Humane Society and helping the Society's shelter animals find their forever homes.
It's hard for you to carry that basket.
It's a family-oriented event that is not expensive. They get to view the animals, and we have hot dogs and hamburgers, so it's more of a family event. It's a fundraiser to help raise money for the Humane Society, but mostly so that we can have children.
What's important about the event is we get people, believe it or not, that haven't been to the campus yet, and we get to show off all of the animals available for adoption. It's a lot easier for us to showcase our animals here versus having to transport. If we have to transport them, we may be only to transport 6 or 7. This way we can showcase 20, 30, 40, because you can go through and see all of them.
With some cute animals out there. Should St. Thomas have its own dolphinarium? This was the topic discussed today at the Senate, which was scheduled to review the specifics of Coral World's planned dolphinarium at Water Bay. With the $5.2 million project, Coral World hopes to attract an additional 35,000 visitors a year and an additional $4 million added to the government coffers. Opponents of the planned dolphin facility expressed concerns about the well-being of the animals and the facility's effects on water quality. And as always, News 2 will keep you up to date on the topic. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.